go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Take a feel the past and touch the sky. On a sunny morning, I touched the sky. Next morning, I touched your heart. What's the start? I play my role when I rip the mic apart. Do what I got to do, the place is spark. I'ma pull it down, seeking no crown anymore. From the moment I saw you, it's all gone. Hard to believe to a pimp like me. Used to have every woman every day of the week. Quick time, I put that behind. Said I'm sorry, I got to go from the side. Lie to the man, I aim high to the place no human has ever even tried. So I got to go, I got to go. All I want is for you to stay. Man out of grave resurrected, now he's connected. No concession, just embedded by you.
Hello. Hi, Chris. How are you? Hello, everyone. Who's here? We're gonna finish this trial because we need to, and I have plans later today, so I needed to do a little bit earlier of a stream. Don't think it'll take me 2 hours, but watch it does. But that's why we're starting a little early today. I just need to get it done. I have a little bit of plans tonight, so can't risk it. I'm wearing my green. I don't know if it looks green on camera. It kind of looks like not green, but it might be like a color coordination stuff. Not as green as I would think it looks. I don't know. Oh well. Let's finish this. Shall we? I think it's about time. Let me turn the captions on so I don't forget. And let's get this started. So last off yesterday, I had to edit a video together because it made 2 different VODs, which I was like, fuck. But what is that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think it's just a line. We were looking at the water bottle to figure out if there's something wrong with it, but I don't know if there's something wrong with it. Anyways. I think that's it. Good morning, Chris. Did you just wake up? Woke up a little early today. Just a little bit earlier, 10:30. But yeah, I have plans tonight, so that's why I need to stream a little earlier today. And I don't think it should take 2 hours. I think it should take an hour at most. But I saved because whatever the fuck is going on. Maybe an hour ago. Damn. Okay, let me look at the water bottle again. Okay, we looked at that part. There's gotta be evidence that this is not the water bottle or something. Something is not right. Where's the cork? There's supposed to be a cork. There's supposed to be a cork. I don't know. Maybe that's not what I'm looking for. I'm doing okay. It's been a kind of a morning for me, but other than that, I've been doing okay. And the waiter brought my steak. The professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as heard, postmortem report showed no other possible cause of death. There's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace. Please do show me. What was I supposed to do? Wait, okay, wait. No exit wound. Bullet did not pass through the body. Why did the bullet not pass through the body? What am I looking for, do you think? Should I save scum? Should I... Okay, what did it... The label is written in foreign language. You know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. This must be very expensive water. But what does it say? That's what I was asking. Then go to the France and ask. You have to say you don't know. Okay. And then we can look at the liquid. So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson had. It looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now. You know I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me in more ways than one. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? Okay, so should I'm gonna save scum. I'm going to save scum again. Hi, Ina! How are you? I can't believe my internet died on me yesterday. I'm like, really? Really? That's like crazy. Hopefully it doesn't die on me today, but if it does, it's fine. I think we're almost done with this case, which is like really fucking sad. We're gonna present the water bottle to this. There's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace. Please do show me. Which I think... Yes, I think this.
Yes!
Doing good. What about you? I'm doing okay. It's been an okay day. Whew. Whew. But I'll be okay. What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order! Order! And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who possibly could have done that. Giselle Brett. It was you!
Objection!
Objection? This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile. Have you even considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty?
Objection!
This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth. If I may, I will silence you forever for this disgraceful attack. We heard her voice. It is you who should be silent. Of course. Dear lady. Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my humblest apologies. I don't know why they have katanas. Is that like a normal thing that happened in like the late 1800s? I don't know. I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring? I described your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not. Of course. But the cork is gone. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And what did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We can find no trace of poison on any description in the bottle carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Not true. I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours. I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution have asserted, a shot to the chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own administration was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett. Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved. Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present to the court at this time? Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Well, you excuse me now. I really must be leaving. Did I fail? Did I fail? Oh! Oh my goodness. Who is this? Please, wait. Isn't that... What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikotoba? In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in fur shiki cloth. What we got? To be continued. We're gonna keep going a little bit. Just a little bit longer. Part 3! Part 3. Oh my gosh, wow. We're gonna finish this today. We have to. I just had like 5 more minutes left of the last case of yesterday. Are you kidding me? It's now 1 o'clock in the game. We're gonna finish this today. Well, I understand you are the judicial assistant to the defense, but why the sudden ingress into my courtroom? I'm a judicial assistant and a woman, no less. The rules state that females are not permitted into this court of law other than to testify. Oh my god. I fully understand. I ask only for 5 minutes of time. I have some vital evidence that I must hand over to the defense. You're too late, little girl. The trial has already been concluded. 5 minutes. I will not allow a moment more. But Your Excellency, I am most grateful. What does she got? What does she got in her little... Oh! We're like a little tight in this cubicle. Who exactly are you? I'm sorry, there's no time. Please, simply accept this for now. What is it? A report about something? Written in English. Giselle Brett's research. Oh! The Englishwoman's? After the trial resumed earlier, I hurried back to the university. I went to Dr. Wilson's laboratory in the medical faculty and borrowed this paper. Oh yes, that's right. Miss Brett was studying under the professor, wasn't she? So, does this research, whatever it is, have something to do with the case? I'm afraid I don't know. I haven't been able to listen to the proceedings of the trial myself. Oh. Oh no, of course not. Special characteristics of curare and its effect on human subjects. Interesting. Curare? What's that? I never heard of that word before. Time's up. The prosecution demands the immediate removal of this female trespasser from the courtroom. There's too little time for me to read it in detail, but I summarized what I could on a note just inside the cover. If you think it could be valuable, please cast your eye over it. This is wonderful. Thank you. A report detailing an unknown poison that Miss Brett has been researching during her time at Yume. Goodbye then, and good luck. Oh, she just faded away. She just faded away. You've had long enough, counsel. You cannot detain our English guest any longer. I want to look at it. Poison made from the bark of certain trees in the jungles of South America. The hunters of the region have used it since ancient times to incapacitate their prey. Instant paralysis of the entire body and subsequent death, even in a minute doses. The above-mentioned effects occur when the poison enters the body through a wound such as that inflicted by a blowpipe dart. When it said to be considered, I thought the game. Oh, no. That's just how these games go. It's a good, it tells you basically when it's good to stop, if you need to stop. Due to its ability to render the human body paralytic, it's believed that the toxin could have application as an anesthetic. However, a solution for the respiratory arrest caused as a result of the full body paralysis must be found first, or patients would die of suffocation. Okay. I asked the prosecution and the defense now one last time. Does either side have any further evidence to present the court? I presume not, but... Prosecution has made its case convincingly enough already. Nothing more to add, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke, we're out of options here. This really is our very last chance. Yes, I know. Your Excellency, the defense does have new evidence. That look. The unyielding stare of a true Japanese warrior. Well, Miss Brett. Yes, Your Excellency. If you wouldn't mind, perhaps you could grace us with your presence a little longer. It's a delightful invitation, but I'm afraid it's not so very long until tea time. I have to politely decline. Forgive me, Miss Brett. It seems I wasn't clear. I realize it was phrased as a question. However, I must ask you to treat that as an order. I've said it many times before, but the Japanese language makes no sense. Nar. My apologies, dear lady. So, counsel, what is the new evidence that demands the court's attention? It is her journal. Wrong button.
Yes.
Miss Giselle Brett, we understand you were studying under Dr. Wilson at UMA University doing research. Research by sheer coincidence, perhaps, into a deadly poison. What? Poison? Where are you going with this, counsel? A toxin known as Curare, Your Excellency. Even the slightest amount of this deadly poison entering the body leads to instant death. What complete and utter nonsense? Curare, you say? I've never even heard of it. You wouldn't have. What do you mean? I mean that you wouldn't have heard of Curare before for one very simple reason. It doesn't exist in our country. It doesn't exist. Correct. Which means no matter what tests the police can do for toxins, they never identify Curare. Why? Because there is no test available here that can identify the presence of this highly deadly poison. What? Ooh. 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 Order, order. Counsel, does this deadly poison truly exist? According to this report, authored by the visiting research student from England, Curare has long been used by the tribespeople of South America as poison to lace their arrows. Seems that it's reasonably well known among European doctors and scientists. To lace their arrows? The report states that it produced from the extract of a tree that grows deep in the Amazonian jungle. And it was first brought back to Europe at the turn of the century by explorers. Claims that animals shot by arrows laced with Curare suffer instant death. Doesn't that about sum it up, Miss Brett?
Objection!
Trumpery. These aspersions are utter trumpery. To start with, if the victim had been administered to some of this so-called deadly poison, he would have been squirming and writhing in pain. The other diners would have surely noticed. It's a paralytic. Is that the word? That's true. What do you say to that, Inspector? Obviously, I would have noticed a disturbance like that. I don't remember anything like that either. I didn't know this professor being in any kind of pain. According to this, however, it's the other way around. What do you mean, the other way around? The very fact that the victim death didn't show any visible signs of distress is evidence that Curer was used. Explain yourself, Counsel. The moment this toxin enters a person's system, it causes instant paralysis. In other words, afflicted victims lose all strength and are completely unable to move. Even if they were in total agony, there would be no visible signs of pain at all. How terrible. Obviously, if a man lost all strength in his muscles, he'd collapse on the floor. But with a chair under him for support, as Dr. Wilson did, the effects could go largely unnoticed. But I don't follow, Kazuma. That's just paralysis. I thought the poison caused instant death. The full explanation is extremely unpleasant. The poison causes immediate paralysis, as I said, leaving the victim unable to move. But after a short time, the paralysis is so severe, it causes the muscles that control respiration to fail. Respiratory failure. Respiration. In other words, the actual cause of death is suffocation, and all the while the victim is conscious and aware, just unable to move. That's hideous. To the observer, it would look almost like the victim was slipping peacefully into an endless sleep. But for the victim himself, he suffered. His final moments would be a living hell. That is the true nature of this deadly Curer poison. What's the motive, though? You're suggesting that this bottle, Counsel, actually contains this terrifying poison. This is all very convenient, isn't it? A hitherto unknown poison for which there is no means of testing. What a happy tale for the defense. If I may, all these facts. You think you're so clever, but you must be taught some manners. Oh my gosh. It is you who must be taught. Of course. Dear lady. So, this is how you Japanese behave, is it? Ugh, I hate when people use like that. I don't know. But what? You steal another honest hard work and then announce the results as if you discovered them. I'm appalled. What a loathsome act. Well, Miss Brett, the feeling is mutual. Whatever do you mean? Capitalizing on the unfortunate circumstances of an innocent man to frame him for a heinous crime, that really is a loathsome act. Wouldn't you agree?
Objection!
Enough of this. I, for one, refuse to accept it. The idea of some poison that doesn't even exist in the great empire of Japan is breaking the rules. She's laughing. Tee-hee-hee. Oh, what's so funny? Oh, excuse me, Your Excellency. Yeah, Miss Brett? May I borrow that bottle for a moment, please? Well, yes, I don't see, why not? She's gonna drink it. The cork was popped off. Don't get too big for your boots, you insignificant little island boys. Oh my god, she's racist. Sorry? To an English woman such as myself, this whole affair is a farcical comedy. Your little police games and these foolish courtroom antics, it's laughable, really. But I'm getting bored of it all now. It's time for our games to end. Cheers. He's not. Is she drinking it? What are you doing? No sparkle left at all. How appropriate for this shabby affair. I think she replaced the water. Goodness, whatever is the matter? You all look quite stunned. So, no Curer? The bottle was clean. You look quite incredulous, little boy, but of course, that's the simple truth. Thank you for presenting the findings of my research so concisely here in this grand venue. Most kind. Thank you, waiter. What? Yes, Miss Brett. I should like to be excused now, please. I think I've given more than enough of my time for the furtherance of a friendship between our countries. Yes, dear lady. We are most gratified with all the assistance you have given. This doesn't make sense. There had to have been poison in that bottle. So how did she swallow a whole glass and live to tell the tale? I don't understand it. Well, I suppose if nothing else, this little Far Eastern charade will make for an interesting conversation at the party, the next party I attend in London. There have been poison in that bottle. There has to have been poison in that bottle, doesn't there? But there can't have been, because of otherwise she would have keeled over dead. Come on, Ryunosuke, we have all the clues now. That bottle of water. It doesn't contain poison. It doesn't. It doesn't, right? Because they replaced the water. As I thought, there is no poison in that bottle. What? Why, Ryunosuke? Isn't it obvious that there was poison there? She'd be dead by now. Sometimes your unadulterated naivety really astounds me. But sometimes it's in need of a good staining. Until it's as dark as your uniform and the ways of the world. Oh, is that what this color is supposed to represent? That was a guileless... Wait, I failed that? They switched the water out. Or she didn't drink it. The culprit did put cure poison in Dr. Wilson's carbonated water. The defense refuses to change its position. Or it's the glass that she put in her purse.
Objection!
She put it in the glass. Fool, are you blind? There's no possible way that the bottle could contain poison. I mean, we just saw Miss Brett drinking the water from it. That's right, which rather complicates your argument, I think. And I believe that complication can be explained. It was in the glass. I need to think through all the things that don't quite up here, one by one. I'm sure the answer's in the evidence we have in the court record somewhere. Has to be. Very well. And the defense truly intends to assert this claim. Then I must ask you to support the assertion with evidence. It will consume this water unscathed. Hi, Juju. Hi, Juju. I'm a little like. I have a few theories. I think she put the poison directly in the glass. If it's not in the water, it's in the glass, right? My case. I think I already failed once. That was a trick question. I think it's in the glass.
Yes!
Am I wrong? God damn it. Okay, I had a feeling I was wrong. There's supposed to be a cork. So... Because it's either they switch the water out of the bottle, Ubi bread sounds so good. Ube, ube. All that like Filipino talk yesterday made us what? Ube bread. Instant processes entire bodies, even minute doses. The above mentioned effects occur when poison enters the body through a wound. Did she fucking blow pipe him? I don't know what. Was able to consume the. I was able to consume the supposedly poisoned water unscathed. Consume this water unscathed. What is the logic here? What is the logic here? I have a now it's confusing to me. Because here I see that there's a cork. So, and this is supposedly taken right after his death. The body has been cleared out. So they replace the water. Am I on the right line of reasoning here? Either she drank it or... We already presented this, which was not right. I'm gonna go with this one.
Yes.
Nope. Am I making it more complicated? I think I'm making it more complicated. I'm gonna present this because it doesn't talk about ingesting it. Occurred when it entered through his broken tooth.
Yes.
The answer to this riddle is right here in Miss Brett's research. That's not a valid explanation. No. After all... Okay, we got something different, so... We don't speak English. The report is utter gibberish. The impudent young scoundrel is trying to ridicule the court, Your Excellency. I'm not trying to ridicule anyone. Honest, I'm just reading Susato-san's notes. I concur. The report is too extensive to be considered in its entirety by the court. You will direct us to pertinent section, Counsel. Which section of the report reveals the alleged answer to this riddle? Don't fucking remember. Special characteristics. Yeah, I was overthinking it. I've been hearing a lot about this Curare poison. And it's left me curious about something. Oh, Counsel. Well, it sounds as though indigenous hunters have been using this poison for years and years to lace the heads of the arrows they shoot at whatever prey. I have to be aware of my phone. To lace the heads of the arrows that they shoot at whatever prey they're hunting. So we've been led to believe, yes. And the point of hunting is to catch prey to eat. Get to the point, please. But if they were to use these laced arrows, doesn't that mean there would be traces of poison left in the prey the hunters were going to eat? Good point. So surely the hunters wouldn't want to eat their prey, would they? Because then they'd be eating poison. Oh, no, that would be madness. But I actually found the answer to that conundrum in this research paper here. Under special characteristics, it says... See, I had way too many theories. I had way too many. The poison starts to work after entering the body through a wound. Through a wound, you say? I see, that makes sense. Yes, the mention of that particular detail seemed a little strange to me, though. But it makes sense when you interpret it what's written like this. When Curer enters the body through an open wound, it has terrifying poisonous effects. However, when it enters the body via the mouth, it has no poisonous effects whatsoever. What? Miss Brett, you authored this research, you knew Curer's special characteristics, and you knew that you could make a spectacle of drinking the water without any danger to yourself. What if you have like an inside of your tummy wound? You meddling little... What? Oh, that's how we know she's very angry. That's how we know she's very angry, is when their outfits do things. Well, Ryunosuke, it turns out... What if you're bleeding internally? No, for real though. What if you don't know? I mean, you would know, but... What if somewhere in the beginning stages of digestion... What if somewhere in your body you have an open wound? And you didn't know about it? Like, what if you had like a little bit of gingivitis, then you die? What if your gums are bleeding a little bit? Isn't that an open wound? What if you had a canker sore? What if... Right? Because like... So like, the indigenous peoples, if they accidentally ate this meat... What if I peed all over the chest? I'm just saying, what if she drank that and had no idea and then she died? I'm just saying. She had no idea she had like an internal wound. Me? A lawyer. All this poison talk is fascinating, I'm sure, but I fail to see how it possibly... Shut up! Shut up! So the ill-bred little puppy has a new toy to play with, some facts he read in a book. But I'm afraid knowledge doesn't suit you, little boy. It only makes you look silly. What are you trying to say? Your schoolboyish logic has a fatal flaw. Schoolboy? Flaw? As even your brain has managed to deduce, Curer is safe to ingest. It seems likely that its effects are neutralized by the acidic nature of the gastric succus? Okay, that answered was one of my questions. Oh yes, well of course, gastric suckers, what are they? So, if this lethal poison is completely harmless when drunk, Professor wouldn't have died when he swallowed it, would he? He had dental surgery. That's right. Good gracious. That's basic science. Science that even a schoolboy should be able to understand. No. He has a tooth pulled. He has an open socket. Logic holds that the lady and the professor drank the same poison, they would be affected in the same way. Are you trying to suggest that I'm fucking stupid? This cure poison is completely irrelevant to the case on trial. That's right. Surely even a little cockroach like you could understand something as simple as that. Okay, what is this welling up inside of me? I've never felt like this before. It's sort of conviction to break down all the discrepancies. It's so intense, almost rage-like. And more than that, anything else, it's an animalistic desire to take down my prey. Weirdo behavior. It's called being a know-it-all. His first objection. I don't think so, Miss Giselle Brett. How dare you use that tone with me? It went, objection. You know very well that there is no fatal flaw here. You know exactly why, even though both you and the victim swallowed the same poison. You are alive, but Dr. Wilson is dead. Counsel. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you must provide compelling evidence. As we know that the poison is completely harmless when ingested, why would Dr. Wilson alone have been killed by the Curer? He had dental work.
Take that!
As Miss Brett so readily pointed out, she drank the same water as the professor. However, there was a fundamental and fatal difference between the two diners. A fatal difference. The toxic effects of Curer are only felt when the poison enters the body through an open wound. So for a healthy person with no injuries, drinking it is completely harmless. But what if there was a wound inside the mouth of the person drinking the poisoned water? Inside? Yes, like the wound you might have if you had just been to the dentist and had a tooth extracted. Yep. Miss Brett. Oh, I didn't read that. You are well aware of Dr. Wilson's dental appointment that day. So that's it. You use the knowledge to orchestrate this. Why does he have a bullet hole in him, though? She's losing her mind. Is she laughing? I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, I can't resist. These childish courtroom games and your half-baked arguments are also virile? I actually don't know that word. What do you mean? Don't worry, little schoolboy. You'll find out soon enough. Is she gonna kill him? You see, when you leave vital evidence lying around, you never know what might happen to it. No, I mean, it could just slip. Oh dear, how careless of me. Can she do that? I guess she could. She did. I'm afraid some crucial evidence may have just been tragically destroyed. No? Yeah, no. What is it? What just happened? It's the English woman. She just smashed that bottle. In the Supreme Court? What a terrible blunder. Officer, what are you waiting for? Collect as much of the water from that broken bottle as possible at once. You're wasting your time. This delightful carpet under my feet here was a gift from the British Empire. I assure you will soak up the water beautifully. You have neither the technology nor the presence of mind to recover it. Tee. How could you? You won't get away with this. You can thump the bench and shout as much as you like, little boy. But I'm afraid we'll never know now, will we? If there really was poison in the bottle or not. It's a little sus. Let us not forget, we still have some very compelling evidence left intact. Isn't that right, counsel for the prosecution? Oh, of course, of course, of course. You're referring to this photographic print, I presume, dear lady? Homer's yelling at me. That's right, and really looking at this photograph, it's as clear as day, isn't it? The poor professor was sitting with his back to me, so of course the only person who could have shot him from the front is this little schoolboy. Nah, you killed the victim that day. Right? It hit her, using Curer, and then in order to frame Ryunosuke Naruhodo for the crime, you waited until he picked up the pistol you arranged for him to find on the floor, before you shot the professor's dead body and chest with your own hidden gun. Then, in the confusion that followed, all you had to do was turn the dead professor and his chair around. You see, you had every opportunity to commit this crime. What a wonderful imagination you have, young man. A hidden gun, you say, and I shot the professor's dead body, did I? Well, I'm terribly sorry, but you don't have a shred of evidence. Exactly. And as you have nothing to support your wild claims, the prosecution stance remains unchanged. The victim, Dr. John H. Wilson, was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Delivered in cold blood by the accused Ryunosuke Naruhodo. It's unbelievable. How can this be happening? We had her, but now... Is she really gonna get away with this? The way she destroyed that evidence was obscene. Ryunosuke. Yes? We've come this far, but now you're the only one who can finish it. What do you mean? We've lost a vital piece of evidence. It's true. So if there are any clues left for us to use now, they must be in your head. In my head. You told me before that your powers of observation were the one thing you could really depend on. Well, yeah, that's true, but I didn't manage to notice that this woman was a foreigner with a swan on her fucking head. So to think back again, try to remember every last detail about the scene that day. Everything you saw, everything you felt, every color, every smell. We didn't smell a gunshot. What I saw, what I felt. Every color. Was there blood? There was blood. Is Kazuma right? Somewhere in the vibrant memory of the scene in my head, could there be another clue to expose the identity? There's a clue. Actually, Kazuma, I think I might have something. Thinking back over everything I saw, I think I might have uncovered another clue. There's nothing. Game over. Obviously, I'm thinking up your sleeve, don't you, Ryanosuke? Come on, then. Let's wipe the smoke smile off that English woman's face with some evidence. All right. I can't wait. It's been... What the fuck kind of word is that? It's been bothering me for a while that something feels amiss in my memories of that day. Whatever it is, this could be the key to arriving at the truth about all this. What the fuck kind of word was that? It's here somewhere, the clue that shows who Dr. Wilson's real killer must have been. I'm assuming the blood. I'm assuming the blood. It's a Britishism?
Take that!
Inspector Hosonaga, answer me this. Yeah? What is it? He's still miles away, probably thinking about that bottle being smashed. As you said a number of times now, you strive for perfection in your investigations, don't you? Absolutely. I wonder, therefore, if perhaps you took anything else from the scene of the crime. Like, for instance, the plate of steak that you took to the victim's table that day. Wait a minute, where are you going with this? Shut up! Where are you going with this, little boy? It's just a memory that's been troubling me. What memory? Saw the scene shown in this photographic print with my own eyes that day. And I saw on the wooden base of the plate that the steak was served on was a spattering of blood. What? 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 Oh, really? And what of it? Oh, flash a light over there. Obviously, that must have happened when you shot the professor. Professor! No, that can't be the case. Take a good look at the photograph and the relative position of everything there. There was no exit wound. The plate steak is almost directly behind the victim. If I'm supposed to have shot Dr. Wilson in the chest from the front, there's no way that blood from the victim could have ended up directly behind him. Yeah. The blood to have made it onto the plate, it implies the plate was between the victim and the shooter. Which means the shooter must have been sitting opposite the professor, as you were... Giselle Brett. I beg your pardon. This is beyond ridiculous, fabricated nonsense. Is the court seriously expected to believe something the accused has apparently just remembered seeing? Is that my voice? Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Oh no, it's Hosanaga's voice. Okay. This could be the moment that my entire career in the police force has been leading to. Inspector, you mean... Yes, I took the plate. In the interest of preserving evidence from the scene of the crime, I took it meat and all, and I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief because of it. You did what? I took the steak that you had been eating, Miss Brett. I took the steak that the sergeant had been eating. I did it all in the name of justice. What? Why? Then we can find out for sure whether or not there's a bloodstain on Miss Brett's plate. We must examine it now. What is he trying to do, Inspector? Court wishes to examine the plate from the victim's table immediately. Yes, sir. I can't believe this is all the tutorial one. Sorry for the delay. Here's what you ordered. Beef steak. Well, what about the blood? Of course there isn't. Quickly, Inspector, the blood, man. Show the court. Of course, examine the plate at your leisure. You wiped the blood off. No blood. No blood anywhere. But no, that's impossible. I know I saw it, I'm sure of it. How can we trust that this guy hasn't tampered with evidence in general? You know what I mean? Like, theoretically, in a court of law in today's, I guess, today's, like, history, how would we trust any evidence is true at this point? You know what I mean? It's right there on the table behind the professor. There's blood on that side of the plate. It's probably not the same plate. What an unbecoming expression, little boy. You see, this is why I always say you can't trust what the Japanese tell you. What? Istisk, I couldn't agree more in the case of this disgrace to the Empire. I believe we may finally have reached a conclusion in this trial. Let's hope so. This let's pretend attempt at courtroom proceedings is painful to watch, but I do promise to do my best to forget all about it when it's over. The sorry-looking steak reveals the facts all too clearly. I'm sorry-looking accused wishes to examine again. If the sorry-looking accused wishes to examine it again, be my guest. I do want to look at it again. Was the plate I saw, or thought I saw, just a figment of my imagination? It's a different plate. Drop the steak. Drop the steak. What? Huh? What in the fuck is this? I think it's a Koban coin in the hallmark from the Hoei era, I believe. No, I don't mean what is it. I mean, what's it doing there? It's the antique collector. Wait, did you say it was a Hoei Koban? Yes, and apart from the meat juices, it looks to be in good condition. I imagine it's very valuable. This is the first time today there's been talk about Hoei Koban. I've heard of pearls before swine, but I've never heard of bouillon. Bouillon and bouillon. That's a good one. I don't think you ever will again. This is extraordinary, though. This means that that is not his plate. This is an emblem on the side plate. It is. Is it a cat? It's a cow, obviously. Most likely because the restaurant's signature dish is beefsteak. Seems a lot of different restaurants have their own unique tableware. So is this the symbol of La Carnival? Is it? Anything else I can look up? I don't think so. This is not his plate. This is it now. I've lost. Ryunosuke, look at the fucking plate. Until the final gavel. Never stop believing in yourself. Keep looking forward, no matter what. Believe in myself, really? Maybe I should at least examine the evidence. I did. As the evidence requested by the defense has not been shown to be problematic in any way, presume any further examination of evidence in this trial will be unnecessary. Does the defense have any objection? That bloodstain was going to clinch the trial for me. Can this place... There's another clue. Your Excellency, please wait. This plate of beef is hiding another clue. Another clue that will reveal the shocking truth. The only thing that's shocking here is your unhealthy fascination with beefsteak. Your Excellency, I think I've made myself clear, haven't I? I will not be able to turn a blind eye to any more unnecessary procrastination in this trial. I'm sorry, Miss Brett, but we must ensure a thorough examination of the evidence. I will not give a ruling until I am completely satisfied that all reasonable doubt has been dispelled. I see. As a newly affirmed ally of my country, that's still your position, is it? Thank you, Your Excellency. Counsel for the defense, you will now clearly show the court to what you are alluding. Where precisely on this steak, on this plate of beefsteak is the new clue to be found? Huh? What in the world is this? I think it's a Koban coin. No, I don't mean what is it? I mean, what's it doing there? Oh, okay.
Got it!
Got it! Got it! Got it! What was that? Good gracious, that's a Koban? Got it! What on earth? A Hoe arrow went at that. Miss Brett, this is in fact the beefsteak that you ordered at the restaurant on the day in question, is it? Tell me. Why is there no coin seemingly hidden underneath the meat? Shut up! The bird's yelling at me. What a ridiculous question! How should I know? I've never seen that thing before in my life. I don't know what this is, but I want no part of it. I fail to see how this is relevant. A coin under the meat? That could have simply been a careless mistake by the chef in a moment of distraction. This is an antique. Don't be absurd. We're supposed to believe that this happened by accident in the fucking kitchen. A rare Hobe Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. This turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll rip up my ticket to Great Britain right now. He's right. It can't be a coincidence. Your Excellency. Yes, Counsel. A rare Hoe Koban just happens to be hidden underneath that piece of steak. This turns out to be irrelevant to the case. I'll give up my lawyer job right now. By all means, don't let it stop you. No one invited you anyway. Shut up! Perhaps, little boy, you should realize that it's you who is relevant. Even though I'm the one on trial here. The point is, it's essentially that we asked the owner of this coin if he explained what it's doing under that steak. The owner? Yeah, it's obvious. There's only one person it can belong to. The owner of the Koban that was found underneath the steak was the antique dealer. That one's a little obvious. Obviously, it can only be the antique dealer and owner of Rasatai, Kiryu Kuretakuta-san. Kiri, as in Mr. Cucumber something? Honestly, these ridiculous Japanese names are quite unfathomable. She is a bitch. Ah, yes. The old man who testified earlier, alongside the military sergeant, correct? I believe that is his plate, Your Excellency. I remember him saying that he was up to something with this Koban coin when it happened. I think I need to move my mic stand closer to me. At exactly the moment the gun was fired. What? I missed that. Whatever. The gunshot interesting me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what are you doing? What were you doing? Hunting for treasure. Indeed, the Hoe era Koban, my prized coin. This Hoe era Koban. Do you mean to tell me? Objection. What? No. Please, why would Kuretakuta-san's Koban be sandwiched between the victim's steak and his plate? It makes no sense. Because it's his plate. Or the sergeant's plate. Which is why I'm asking to bring Kuretakuta-san back to the witness stand so we can ask him. Officer, bring both witnesses that testified earlier back in here without a moment's delay. Can't believe we come back around to that pyre again. I have a hunch, a strong hunch, that if we chase down the real significance of this Koban, we'll find that it's a key element in this case. Oh, damn. Okay, long ass witness stand now. What's this all about? Why have I been called up again? Don't you realize that it's dinner time for little baby Ido? When my son's belly is empty, he's fiercer than a pack of wolves. Exploited by the police, we were, like miserable dogs, forced to bear false witness. And when cast from this courtroom myself, I became a ruined man in a trice, a worthless, withered antique. Nothing more I have to say. The sun is set on this Rasate shop's owner existence. Be that as it may, Kuretakuta-san, something has come to light that requires your clarification. As far as your Rasate memory serves, have you seen this Koban? Wah! Yes, that's it. That's the very exact one, that is. The resplendent, splendiferous Hoe treasure that my rusty bones managed to misplace that faithful day. It can't be. As I thought. Young man, enlighten this decrepit old fool, put me out of my misery. Where was my treasure? Where was it dropped? Oh, I'm not sure if it was dropped anywhere. I found your coin sandwiched between a steak and its plate soaking in the seasoned meat's juices. Sandwich soaking? Seriously? Clearly, it couldn't have fallen there by accident, which means somebody must have hidden it there on purpose. Somebody concealed my OA treasure between a slab of meat and a metal plate? Who would do such a thing? Such an unconscionable... Conscionable? Such an unconscionable thing. I don't know that word. I've never heard that word, I don't think. I think someone was stealing your coin. Excuse me. Could I say something? Yeah. Proceed, Inspector Hosonaga. I mentioned this early on trial, but I was working undercover in the restaurant in order to investigate another case. That's right, the secret undercover operation. La Carnival is a high-class Western cuisine restaurant. It attracts wealthy diners, including many foreigners. Recently, there's been a run of similar executed thefts targeting the restaurant's rich clientele. A number of such incidents have been reported to the police bureau. Wicked crimes indeed. We wanted to nip the case in the bud quickly, especially with so many foreigners being affected. So that's why you're sent undercover, is it? Yes, I took on the job of a waiter at the restaurant in order to flesh out the criminal. Seems likely that this Koban incident is the work of the same thief. So unbeknownst to us, there's a master thief at work in the restaurant on a regular basis. The place was already the scene of several crimes, it seems. I don't know about the master thief part, but the identity of the person who stole and hid Kurikuta-san's Koban is all too clear. What? What? I think the court would like to hear the defense's view on this matter. Tell us, who is the despicable scoundrel that stole Kurikuta-san and hid it under... Is it the sergeant? She's 16? Baby. The sergeant? I think it's the sergeant. It was the baby.
Take that!
Obviously, can only be you. Sergeant Ianosa. Iasanosa. What? How? How dare you, you monster. Monster? I stole that Koban, did I? I'm the master thief of La Carnival, am I? You're unseriously accusing me of these crimes, cadet? It wasn't me, it was Ido. Ido's the master The baby? You would push the blame on your own son? It's you who's the monster, Sergeant Nosa. See, I was right. Oh, he's losing his mind. What just happened there? Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ianosa preparing to stand down in the Supreme Court, sir. Do any of you know of the extraordinarily low wages the Nippon Imperial Army pays those it expects to keep our country safe? I understand that the temporary increase in taxation owing to the recently ended conflicts remain in place. And I have heard it's hard for lower-ranking soldiers to make a living, yes. All I want is to put a hot meal on the table for my son. That's why you're stealing things at the restaurant? The place is heaving with money. Every 3 days, I go there and do reconnaissance for a target. And I enjoy chomping my way through a good steak at the same time. Sounds like he doesn't bother with a knife and fork even, which is worryingly believable. Your target that day was the old man and his koban. Yes, sir. He was an easy mark. I slipped the coin into my pocket without any trouble at all. A veritable phantom thief you are. Phantom thieves! I was all set to leave the steak I was halfway through devouring when it happened. Yes, when the professor was shot. I knew that if my police conducted research and found the coin in my pocket, I'd be finished. I'd too. So I hid the incriminating evidence as fast as I could. On the double, I slipped it under the steak, hoping that I'd be able to rendezvous with it again at a later date. So whose plate was it? This is ridiculous. Perhaps you could carry on with this absurd prattling in your own time. Well, Miss Brett.
Oh, of course, dear lady, of course. How rude of us. I'm quite sure there's no need to detain you any longer at all.
Have you been on SSRIs? Have you had any reaction to it with Garrett? I've not been on SSRIs, but I have heard that before. I've heard grapefruit even counteracts birth control. I have heard that. I have not experienced that. I hope I don't experience that because, you know, counteracts birth control, you know. But I have heard that. I should ask Jeremy about it. But I have heard that. I'm on SSRIs right now. I'm drinking grapefruit tea and I'm like sleepy, but I can't. How much stock to put into it? See, I don't know. Because wouldn't it be like a... Does medicine articles also exaggerate? It could probably... I could see it like maybe... Okay, so an SSRI is like a blocker technically, isn't it? And so it gets rid of that blocker. I don't know though, because charcoal also is one of those things that like, why do they make charcoal foods if it like counteracts medicine? That counteracts in your belly. So if you already took your SSRI like in the morning and you're eating grapefruit now, maybe it wouldn't do anything because it would have to be in the belly, right? So it should be fine, I would think. Because that's when it messes things up, is the digestion part, I think. I don't know how long it takes a medicine to digest, though. I don't know. I still have my oatmeal from today. It's on my desk. I was eating while I was uploading YouTube videos. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, No, I haven't had any experience, but I could ask Jeremy. I'm gonna ask Jeremy about it. I've never actually taken a SSRI. I haven't taken any like kind of like mental stuff. I don't think so. I think it would be okay, right? I think it would be okay. I think you would be worried if you took it at the same time as eating grapefruit. I think that's when it's like ooh.
May the esteemed gentlewoman please be excused, Your Excellency.
Indeed. The theft of the koban was clearly perpetrated by this baby-saddled sergeant. Or yeah, if you eat it like every day. Or just like juice every day. Certainly appear to be unrelated to Dr. Wilson. It's related because the evidence has been tampered with. Of course it is. Hiding a coin under a lump of meat? The sheer nonsense of such an idea astounds me. Nonsense? Is it? Well, oof. And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. Very well. Well, she just pointed out that's not her stake. Now that all questions concerning this witness's testimony have been answered, I see no further justification for detaining her. Miss Brett, you are free to leave. Hold it. Hold it. Thank you, Your Excellency. Good luck, everyone. And good day. Hold it. Ryunosuke, what's the matter with you? There's no time for daydreaming. Oh, no, it's just... something about Miss Brett's parting words there got me thinking. I can't quite work out what exactly, but something she said jarred with me. I feel like there's a contradiction in there somewhere. Something didn't quite add up. That's the case. Don't just stand there. Make your voice heard. Sorry. Think later. But if you don't call out now, it'll be too late. Okay. You can think later, but if you don't call out now, the trial will be over. Okay. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Wait, Miss Brett. What is it now? I'm afraid just one last time. There's something I'd like to ask you. I'd like you to explain the contradiction in your party words from just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? What contradiction?
Objection! What new student nonsense is this?
Well, what parting words are you talking about, Ryunosuke? And as for picking up your steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork, it's beyond nonsense. It's pure madness. That's the part. I'm right. What she said there exposed an undeniable contradiction. I'm going to need to see some evidence, counsel. Is it this? This is the evidence, right? It shows the knife is dirty, so she ate. The knife and fork are dirty. Or is it the bite marks? It's the bite marks on the steak. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save. It's either the bite marks on the steak. I'm gonna go with the bite marks on the steak. Well, she said he did it.
Take that!
The steak that Ms. Brett had been eating before the professor was killed. Yes, go on. More accurately, Your Excellency, the steak that was on the victim's table just before the professor was killed. Now you're splitting hairs. Not true. Doesn't something seem unnatural? Unnatural? What on earth do you mean? It's extremely obvious. I'm talking about the shape of the edge where it's been eaten. I see you've noticed it too, Miss Brett. Notice what exactly, counsel? Just a few moments ago, Miss Brett claimed no Englishman could even contemplate picking up a steak and biting into it without using a knife and fork. Of course she did. She's a refined English gentlewoman herself. That is a bite mark. Take a look at the steak, in particular, the edge where it's been eaten. As you can see, there are clearly defined barbaric teeth marks here. Oh. It looks like Miss Brett has realized something. So, if the witnesses, as she claims, wouldn't contemplate eating anything without using a knife and fork, there shouldn't be teeth marks in the steak at all. Oh, what is your actual point? Perhaps the delightful Miss Brett was ravenously hungry. Oh, we got a new animation. Oh, whatever you say, dear lady. As I said, I really must be leaving now. Afternoon tea with the Minister of Justice cannot possibly wait any longer. Of course, this will be over in the blink of an eye. Rest assured, I'm about to put this... Oh. I've heard enough. You irritating little spectacle samurai relic. Of course, dear lady. What's the matter, Miss Brett? Have we ruffled your feathers? Clearly, the witness knows what this means. She's realized the catastrophic implication these teeth marks in the steak have for her. Ryunosuke, do you know where you're going with this? That is not her steak. Yes, now at last, it's all come together. The mysterious teeth marks in the steak that had allegedly been eaten with cutlery. The reason why the bloodstain and nose I saw somehow seems to have disappeared. This is me talking to myself, right? Most importantly, the evidence that proves once and for all who shot Dr. Wilson that day. Except those teeth marks in the steak are a little unnatural, as you put it, Counsel. Well, what exactly are you suggesting that tells us? Everything, Your Excellency. Everything? Yes, I believe that the barred teeth marks in the steak here amount to conclusive evidence in this case. Evidence that will prove beyond any doubt who shot Dr. Wilson. Conclusive evidence? How many times have I heard that today? You wouldn't know the meaning of the phrase typical Japanese empty threats. How can you be so sure? Oh, it's quite simple. If you really had such conclusive evidence, you would have presented it to the court long ago. Actually, the evidence I'm talking about hasn't been brought before the court yet. Hasn't been? What? But just because it hasn't been shown yet, doesn't mean that the evidence does not exist. This is absurd. The trial has run several hours already, and you say there's evidence yet to be brought forward? There can't be. I don't believe you have it. I don't, but there's someone who does have it. Someone in this very courtroom. And if that person is willing to submit the piece of evidence I'm referring to, well, it will solve every remaining mystery about this case. Very well. I have a feeling this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Oh, let me hydrate. I'm actually okay posture. I just keep sliding. Let me hydrate. I forgot to do that, you know. Very well. I have a feeling that this will be my last request of the defense in this trial. Who possesses the conclusive evidence? Satoru? The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga. What? I have it. Yeah. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's... No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on the steak with teeth marks. Yes. Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Nosa told the court the following. I'd enjoy chomping my way through a good steak. And as well as admitting to stealing Korakuta-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak. You watch it, cadet. I'm a superior officer. Sergeant Nosa, could you please confirm something for me? Was the steak that you put the coin under, in fact, your own steak? Tension! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still, I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she'd mind me manhandling her meal to hide something in it. In other words, the steak that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Nosa's meal. But that makes no sense. The plate was taken from the victim's table. No, it wasn't. What are y'all not getting? Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunities to steal the coin. Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire. Well then, how do you explain this paradox? Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched his two steaks over. I am gonna suggest. You did switch the plates. Well, after it happened, when I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. As I said, I immediately lifted my steak and hid the coin underneath it. But then, when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. With military precision and timing, I switched my steak with the one on the foreign lady's table. What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing. It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. What? Why would he do that? That is a silly thing. That is a silly little thing. Got some treats for Chloe. I need her to come around. Come around, baby. Around. Around. Okay. She likes to like walk over all my power cables and stuff, which could turn off my Chloe, baby girl. Baby girl. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes. It's okay, she's never laid on him before. Just take it. Just take it. Go. 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 She's never laid on them before. Oh my gosh. Now she's laying on everything else, but it's okay. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable! However, fear not. Oh, she's laying on my fucking headphone cable now. However, fear not, Prosecutor-san. What now? I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir. All you did? It's plenty, Sergeant.
Yes.
So, Sergeant knows to switch the plates over. It means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table. Yes, that follows. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's steak after the incident, but also the sergeant's. That to preserve the evidence, you had to take both. Oh, she's cracking. That's correct. And please present it to the court now. There it is. There it is. There's the pose. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot. What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat? I can't have the slightest bearing on this case. It's not the food. No, you're not wriggling your way out of this time, lady. I beg your pardon? Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promised to prove such a problem for you, no? You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me. The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing. Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure of what I saw, Miss Brett. On the side of the plate was that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson. There was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest. I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let us not prolong this any further, Inspector. Show the evidence to the court. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident. Yes, sir. Damn. There's the blood. Sorry for keeping you. Here's the other steak and its plate. Please, feel free to examine it. The blood stain is clearly visible. Look.
Yes.
I thought it was right. Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo-san to have shot the victim. It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Britt. It's you. Dead geese. Outdone by a Japanese, me by a Japanese schoolboy. No, no, no. I forgot I wanted to screenshot him doing the pointing pose. There's babies in there? There's babies in there? Oh my. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Oh. Oh, babies! Babies! Oh shit, I was too late. I was too late. I was too fucking late. I was too fucking late. I was too late. I was too late. Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure. Most unbecoming behavior for an English gentleman woman. Forgive me. Well, Miss Brett, I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth, this time. Gladly, Your Excellency. It was I who took the professor's life using Curare. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth in the morning. So you planned to kill the professor, knowing that no trace of poison would be found in his water, because Curare is unheard of here in Japan. Yes, of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he had been dining alone and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. And in due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There's no going back at that point. So I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment. A plan to pin Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man. I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage. I had the bottle of Curare in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Under your skirt? So I was right. There were two guns. Yes. And then I finished my coffee, and I got up to leave. That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which he had presumably placed on the floor, placed where you were sure that I would notice it. And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I had intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up, bang. That's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though at that point he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruhodo-san was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside. That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor in his chair around. Because, of course, you need to make it look like the defendant has shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Extra. So, there you have it. That is the entirety of my misdemeanor. Okay. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be like a reveal of her eyes. Your Excellency. Yes. I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later? I shall call on you. Thank you. Good day then, everyone. You're just gonna let a murderer run away? I hope you can forgive me, Naruhodo-san. What? What? You're just gonna let her walk away? The music. It would seem this trial has finally run its course. I presume the prosecution is in agreement? God, my nose is so itchy. This can't be. Takatsuchi Achi does not lose. Not to the likes of this rookie student. You better start getting used to tough opposition. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yes. This insult to the Achi family name will never be forgotten. You've become conceited with age, Council. But the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. No, I'm like that. What? You just pulled out a weapon in the courtroom? 1,000 millennia may pass and still, the Achi clan will never measure up to the Naruhodo clan. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, presented an excellent case. Thank you, Your Excellency. The use of the evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it has only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world. But the Western side of ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that the science will soon bring new methods of investigation and new procedures of justice. A new future of law awaits, but what will it look like? I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asagi? Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can, absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to, and do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. Understand? I understand, Your Excellency. What is that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden? Never mind. As for you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, yes. And you, I sense, how can I put it? Unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards. Thank you, Your Excellency. Uh-oh. That's me. I'm not guilty, bitch. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo not guilty. Woo! Woo! We finally did it. We finally beat this case. Oh my gosh. With a few little mess ups, but I was overthinking things. The court is now adjourned. Look, there was a cork in the bottle. The cork in the bottle was confusing. 2:46 p.m. Supreme Court of Juror Antechamber. Yeah. Yada yada yada. I can't believe it. I can't believe what's happened. I made it. I defended myself and made it through the horrendous trial. Ryunosuke! You finally pulled it off. Congratulations. Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma. No, it was a pleasure to watch you at work. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. So you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street. Don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work has certainly paid off. Oh, girly. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruhodo-san's innocence. Ah, our trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know. Oh no, I didn't do anything. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out. Your kind words should really be for my father. I was simply doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to the university and investigate. Your father? Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me for intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikadoba, Judicial Assistance to the Defense. Speaking of Mikadoba, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. My nose is so itchy. It's my piercing, I think. It's like tickling me. Naruhodo, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, your efforts exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh yes, you mentioned that before. What was her motive? It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it? Yes, that's right. Professor Mikadoba studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably, that's when you meant Dr. Wilson. Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together? I've never heard you mention that before. Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asagi. Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course, in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot. I will learn all that I can. I swear in the spirit of the Asagi clan. You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you? Of course I am. Japanese man's katana is his soul. The blade shows me where I need to go. And cuts down anything that's in my way. Yeah, I've definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean? After all, she's guilty of murder. Ah, yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but... What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all. She will be leaving Japan in the very near future for Shanghai. What? Shanghai? Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country. I'm certain of that. What? But why not? It's a matter of consular jurisdiction. Consular. Inspector Hosonaga. It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must congratulate. But what's all this about consular jurisdiction? Well, we cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan. What? What? We can't try her? But then who is going to bring her to justice? British Consular Court will hear her case somewhere far away where our voices can't be heard. But why a consular court? Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we signed the friendship treaty. Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right. And so long as this is not a serious incident of a highly political nature to our respective governments, they can't make they can't invoke a consular court just like that. Oh, can't they? Yes, she's a student, but it doesn't justify our government's making secret agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan. I'm afraid that for the young student... Oh, that's him saying that. Today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of comeuppance for her. I don't believe it. The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously. But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is time of great turmoil, this new era heralded by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt that woman will receive the judgment she deserves. Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it. Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink. Professor. You're right. This is no time for gloomy faces. We should be celebrating Ryunosuke's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink. You're a detective, Hosonaga-san, aren't you? He's dying. You can't be coughing all over people's food. Let's not worry about details now. To La Carnival, will you accompany us, Professor? Of course, La Carnival's food is second to none. This is a 16-year-old. I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruhodo-san's release. Oh yes, thank you. No woman in the court, too, is a wild thing. So, Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. I'll never find out why she killed Dr. Watson, or Dr. Wilson. Susato is a character I just can't see as 16. Right? She's like a baby, but like not baby. Yes, Ryunosuke? I just want to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today. Teehee. I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work. Your skills made the difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world. I'm not so sure about that. Why? To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again during that trial. I couldn't help thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer. Not me. What? Come on, be serious. If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean. Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat, I never want to go through that ever again. I just did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you. That's the point. Sorry? What do you mean that's the point? Listen, Ryunosuke. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that my lawyer needs in order to win? Knowledge of the law? No. The ability to believe. To believe? To believe what? A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. He has to believe in them at all times. Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it. I'm a human just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. I really wish my hair would stop getting stuck on the mic. You have to make a choice to what to believe in and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. But being able to remain faithful to what you chose to believe in even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. It takes a special kind of person. Believing in your client. Just look at today's trial. I'm a student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stopped believing in me. Well, you face seemingly hopeless situations time and again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. And in the end, you found it through your own efforts, and because you never stopped believing in me, thanks, Kazuma. He's depressed. There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryunosuke. Well, it's a favor, really. Something very important to me. Sounds serious. What is it? You're still here, are you? Oh, Hosonaga. Oh, Inspector Hosonaga. I have arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go. Thank you. We'll be right there. Why has he got blood? We're gonna find out why he's got blood rolling down his face. Let's pick up this conversation again later. We should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory. And your study tour to Great Britain. Don't forget. Ah, yes, that too. Wow. Wow. So my very first trial came to an end. Kazuma. Professor Mikatoba. Susato-san, who acted as my assistant. And this dude, Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. I didn't add him! Where did I write it down? Why didn't I add him? It's because of that help and support of all these people that I managed to get through that trial. I didn't add him! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't add him. I should do it right now. I should probably just do it right now. Oh, this pin's dry. That's wonderful. Kazuma hadn't yet asked. Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask this favor of me. Little did I realize that just how much it would change my life. Change my life. End. Whew. Defense debut awarded. For what we're gonna save. Now we're... Is that Herlock Sholmes? Is that him? The Adventures of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. That him? Is that him? There's no music or anything right here. What the heck? What the heck? Okay, first, let's just go ahead and add people clap. Hold on. Let me push this to the side. Let's add that. Let's turn on some music before I forget. There we go. Alright, BTTV. We finally finished the first case. How do I search emotes? Oh, export emotes. It's not a popular. Oh fuck. This one? Which one should we do? What should have been? This one? Add to channel. Alright, I think we have to refresh the chat. Oh, do I not have to refresh? There it is! There it is! Do I need to refresh it? I need to refresh it on the chat bubbles. Da-da-da. I did it. Oh, I typed it too wrong. Oh my gosh. It doesn't autofill for me. Like it does on the, there we go. It usually autofills whenever, I'm on real Twitch. Not that one. Okay, let's see. Let's look at more emotes. Probably should add this one. I don't know how many emote slots I have. Does this say? Oh, I have a lot. Let's add some more. Just add all the popular ones. I thought these were like global Twitch emotes. I thought these were all like global. I'm like learning a lot now. I'm just adding a bunch. We'll do leave. I need to add my personal own emotes though. What's another one that's good? I think Nodders. I thought these were like global. I really did. Oh, the run one. There you go. I like the run one. Ham dance. Ham dance is a good one. There we go. Ham dance. Mod check. Ham dance is a good one. The keys. That's a cute one. That's a cute one. Does it show y'all that I've been adding these? Because it's showing me. It is? Okay. This one. Oh, we don't have Bone Zone? We gotta add Bone Zone. Kirby dance. Kirby dance. I really thought some of the more popular ones were, I didn't have to put them in, but I guess I do. Kirby dance is cute. What else? I think we need a Nurge. Actually, um, actually, I don't like this one. I'm still looking. Hold on. Let's see.
Actually, can you please remove this? It looks too much like me.
Some of these are starting to look weird. Some of these are a little weird. Copium? How many do we have now? 28 out of 50. Can I add my own? I can, right? Or do I have to... Do I have to... Is there one for Kermit doing the once in a lifetime? Kermit. What do I search? I like this one though. Kermit, please. Kermit, please. Kermit, please. Kermit, please. Oh, there it is. I'm looking at all the other ones too. What else do we need? What else do we think we need? I think we need the Booba one. I think Ant is in charge of BTTV, right? Because you can have editors. Oh yeah, I can add people to edit this too. We don't have regular clap. We don't have hyper clap, so let's add hyper clap. There we go. Perfect. I think that is perfect. And then I'm gonna have to add a few of my own, I think, maybe. I want to leave a little bit of slots open for maybe more. This was very productive. I thought I only had like 10 slots. I think at first I only had 10 slots for BTTV for some reason. Because I don't know why I didn't realize I didn't. Perfect. Perfect, we did it. Okay, let's go ahead and raid someone. I'm shooting to stream on Monday, more of Ace Attorney. VODs are going on YouTube. Yesterday's vlog, no, the first one is on YouTube right now. I am uploading this one, yesterday's one now, and then this one I have to upload soon, but I can't post them yet because of Twitch affiliate agreement or something. Very silly. Okay, let's raid. We're gonna raid Lunar, I think. Lunar Brew. She is playing Potion Permit. Potion Permit. You can't even tell my makeup is that green when my eyes are open. I put too much eyeliner on. It'd be like that. Thank you, Juju. Thank you, Ina. Thank y'all for being here for this really early stream. It was really early today. But I needed to get done because I have some plans now. We're gonna start that raid. I didn't know what Persian Permit is, but you know, a witch playing a witchy game sounds about right. Sounds fun. Ham dance. It won't autofill for me, so I don't want to type it out. I wish maybe it'll autofill when I exit out. Man, my bangs look funky today. Oh my god. You know how like bangs can be perfect when you get them cut and then it's just not? That's what's happening here. It's wonderful. This is why I should have learned not to have bangs. Go raid Lunar. Go say hi to Lunar. And we'll stream more Ace Attorney on Monday. Get everyone caught up. Definitely this weekend. I should have probably made part 2 live today. I'll make part 2 live tonight. If it uploads, we gotta wait till it uploads HD because I hate when it doesn't upload HD. Okay, I'll do part 2. Upload tomorrow, Saturday, and then Sunday will be part 3, and then that should give maybe enough time for people to catch up before Monday's stream. Hopefully. I need to take Chloe out, then I gotta go do my little errands. So have fun at Lunar's house. I will see y'all later. Thank y'all.